Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Unified session, the 13th week, day 2. We have done an exercise yesterday. I'll just remind that, and then we will do the next one. But just to summarize for those who have not joined yesterday. Throughout, the basic objective that consistently Babaji has reminded us is about our thoughts, right? Almost every chapter he begins with our thoughts and our actions and our life changes with that. And thoughts are the basis of all our actions. And before we act, there is a thought. No matter how brief, there is. Sometimes you give a great deal of thought before you act, right? We ponder about it. We think about the pros and cons. We think about the result before even we act. Right? Well, there are other times that we just spontaneously act. So this week what we're doing is achieving spontaneous right action. All thoughts leads to actions or affects some aspect of your action in some way, right? And this is the basis of this course. And that all thought lead to some form of experience. The key is to have the correct thoughts and how we can change our experiences. The key, again, reminding, it is simple, right? Why things don't happen the way we think it has to happen is because people are making their own fantasies. They're not aligning with the God's qualities, God's thoughts. When you are in tune with the God's thoughts, then all the thoughts that come up are correct. Right? That is all the experience of happiness, abundance, success, joy, love, and God's other qualities. When you imagine what isn't true, such as being poor or being stuck with something old pattern, being sick, or that someone has harmed us, nobody loves us. That's all part of our creation. That's because we create those. Creation was made for you to experience God's qualities. So if we align with that, all our experiences will be good. If we think negative, that's what we will experience. If we think positive, that's exactly what we can focus on. It will allow us to be in that good experience in every act that we perform. It is your experience, but that doesn't mean it is the truth, right? Just because we experience something, we think everyone should experience this similar, or the whole entire world is that way. But that's what we have created. Your experience must follow what you think, right? So you've made that situation for yourself. God's creation began with his thought. So your creation also begins with your thought. Okay, so this week what we're going to do is we're going to learn to expand your experience of manifesting what you truly want. Yeah? You begin to experience what you can spontaneously do the correct activity. It'll seem that you won't even think before acting, but we know that can't be true, right? What happens is that you think of acting just before doing it. That way, the thought and action appears as one. This is how it works when you are truly in tune with God's thoughts. And pretty soon, life just flows easily. You don't have to think too much or weigh in all the pros and cons or ponder about it. It just happens. So, what's the difference? Your own little thoughts, when you do it blindly and leap into it. But when we do use our thoughts, it just may happen, it may not happen sometimes, and it will not necessarily align with the universe. But when we are in thought of the God's thoughts, everything aligns. You instantly compute the right course of action. In the same instant, you think the action and perform it spontaneously. Right? Action is that action which gives you the experiences of God qualities. We know all those God qualities, right? Of happiness, love, joy, bliss, abundance, non-judgmental, all-knowing. It is this right action that leads you away from the imagination of all our fears and insecurities, our fantasies. So, just as a reminder, right, we had created the list of experiences a few weeks ago. And then you also created the list that you want to have that experience. So now we compare. Yesterday, Sudhakar Garu made us practice that, to compare that list with the list that we made of thoughts that are holding us away from those experiences. That you're going to put those lists together and start to manifest true desires. And yesterday we also wrote creating formula for guidance in achieving the spontaneous correct action. And during the quiet periods, to connect with higher self and check the communication and correctness of the formula, to use the yes and no signals. So today what we're going to do is, that's the second day, you can pick one activity to create from your list of experience that you want. To keep it simple, to an achievable one, so that we are able to measure. And also, I know it's going to be hard, but just keep those doubts and fears aside and any type of reservation, and allow to experience that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, from the list that we had created, pick one of them to experience that you want. And during the quiet period, check and make sure that the activity you choose is in your highest interest. Because there could be that from that list, what we created, it may not necessarily be the right thing, right? So ask if it is in your highest interest. You do this by asking your higher self. Of course, first you ask for your signal, for the higher self signal, just so that you know that you're connected with the higher self. Ask if the choice of activity is in your highest interest, and if it is wise to ask a question about that activity. So you can say what that activity is. And if you get a yes signal, then ask, is it in my highest and wisest interest to perform that activity? All right. And then again, get the signal, yes or no signal. And now check with the higher self for any thought you need to deal with that could interfere with your experience. And again, make sure that always, now that we know that yes or no signal, it should be very easy for us to validate like any of our activity, any thought, any message also that we are getting, if it is correct or not, using the yes or no signal to check the correctness of your creating formula. Yesterday you created that, right? So with this, we'll get into our practice. So close your eyes. Relax yourself. Feel comfortable in whichever position you are. Take a deep breath if needed. Fill your stomach. Let's start. Breathe in. Relax. Take your shoulders. Hold. Gently release. One more time. Take a deep breath. All the way in. Hold. And relax. One last time. Breathe all the way in. Feel as if it is going to every part of your body. Hold. And gently release. Feel your muscles relaxing as you exhale. Bring your awareness to the center of your heart. Connect with the higher self. Cleanse your aura and close it at your own pace in the next minute or two. I close my aura to all except my higher self. I send love to all thought forms around me. Connect with the God qualities at your own pace. Feel it at the center of your heart with every God qualities. Let us state the purpose of this quiet time to achieve spontaneous right action. Receive the signal of your higher self. Bring forth the formula that you created yesterday for guidance in achieving spontaneous, correct action. Pick an activity from the list that you have created of the experience that you want. Let us check and make sure that the activity you choose is in your highest interest. Let's ask, is it in my highest and wisest interest to now state your activity and wait for the signal? Again, if you missed, ask the question, is it in my highest and wisest interest to, and state the activity. Check with your higher self of any thoughts you need to deal with that could interfere with the experience. Go with the flow of the formula that you created yesterday. If you receive a yes signal, and in case you received no, then please choose another activity that is of the highest and wisest interest. God and I, we have already accepted the God qualities Now let's claim and accept. Achieving spontaneous actions. Remember to accept. We normally claim, but we forget to accept. So accept the experience of achieving spontaneous action. Thoughts with forgiveness. So please ask about the thoughts that may be stopping you from experience these spontaneous actions. Let's take the section of the forgiveness. Forgive any of those thoughts that you may be thinking that you are wronged. Let us thank our higher self. I thank God for achieving a spontaneous right action. Feel that gratitude. I thank God for achieving spontaneous right action. Say Amen, the last part. I release this claim of achieving spontaneous right action and the natural laws of creation. My claim of achieving the spontaneous right action is now created. That is the nature of natural law. Amen. Continue to be in the state of gratitude. Experience the love in every cell of your being. Radiate the divine love from your center to your entire body and surrounding. entire room with this love. So that everything, a plant, your pet, your furnitures, the air is completely filled with this love, joy, happiness, and bliss. Expand this to your entire home, everyone in your home. To your neighbors, your neighborhood, and see it spread and feel it spreading to entire city, your state, your country, your continent, the entire world, and surprise yourself that you are indeed capable of sending this love. Let it go outside to the entire universe. And allow yourself to receive the same love from everyone and everything in this universe. Since each one of them are also the same divine that you too are. And with your open heart, receive that love. That you are worthy of this love. Open your heart to receive it. With gratitude. come back to our bodies. Such that we are able to carry this love throughout our day. Wiggle your fingers and toes to help you come back. Those who wish to continue meditation, continue. Feel yourself coming back. Use your breath if needed. Gently rub your palms together. Place them on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently open your eyes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. I know it's a long weekend. It's busy. In spite of that, you're here. Thank you. If anyone has any question or you want to share your experience, yes, Ashaji.
Thank you for this beautiful meditation, Chandraji. Sometimes some deeper thoughts and questions arise as we continue and ask for the sign and, the sentence and the actions. Should we just ignore the deeper thoughts and questions that arise? That we are stuck in life, or should we just be aware of the group consciousness and then the meditation? What do you suggest? Should we just ignore that, or how do we proceed if we just deeply are bothered from something?
Yeah, so we all get distracted. Those things that are deep, they do manifest. So I would recommend that just to acknowledge it and thank it for the experience, because each of them that come is for us to learn something. And we also have to keep in mind is that right in the very first sentence of each chapter, almost every chapter, Babaji says that our thoughts create our experiences, even today, right? So acknowledge that whatever you experienced in the past is your own creation, because those thoughts came from your own thoughts, not from the God qualities, right? So now you know, you're learning, so you're able to correct those. Am I making sense?
Yes, thank you, thank you. Yes, you're making sense. Uh, um, um, so we should just acknowledge. Acknowledge meaning just observe that even that dichotomy of making the choices or judgments, just observe it and acknowledge the experience that has come with those thoughts and move forward.
That is correct. And most importantly, for you to remember that you are the creator of that experience. It may not be now, but prior, right? You had those thoughts to create, and they are your own creation. I know it's a little hard sometimes for us to grasp that, but try to remember that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Chandraji.
You're welcome. So I just want to share this something that I I think there's a reason why you asked this question, because from day one we have been saying about God qualities and we are God, right? So even for me today, something happened, and um, in my meditation, I was also told that, oh, you are Brahma, you are the creator. The moment the name Brahma was associated, I was like, me Brahma? But and they chuckled and said, yeah, that's what the teaching is, right? So even though I myself have been saying, okay, you have to know that you are creator, you are the God. But when the name Brahma was associated to me, I had that doubt, because deep within, there is still a gap for me to accept that I am God. So there will be a tendency for me to say or blame someone else or something that I did not create. So it's a reminder for me too to say that, hey, you are God, you are the creator. I hope that helped, Ashaji.
Yes, that helps, Chandraji. But the deeper wounds and the deeper experiences, make us more human. Uh, and so we can pray to God and
Yeah,
not think that I can create everything. But, that dependency itself makes us feel, desire something and want something. And that wanting is also makes us more human and, uh, kind of, you know need it. All the human qualities are also beautiful, I feel sometimes, because then I will, not have this human experience of these emotions and, being wanted, or, everything that comes within, um, uh, you know, um, with the human qualities. No, so that kind of, gets me into that, when I say I'm the creator, I'm connecting with my higher self. I have God within me. So that makes me stronger, but at the same time, it it kind of, makes me feel I cannot accept me as a human who went through all this, even though these experiences were the result of the prayer.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that I get stuck in that dichotomy when the meditation is going on. So I was like, how do I get the answer for this, or what do I ask? Even if you ask the question should be framed in a way that you receive an answer that is kind of susceptible for your soul. um so that's where I kept wondering. So thank you so much for the answer.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay, I think we can stop the session, close the session. Sudhakar garu, do you want to add anything to
Thank you
the?
for doing it beautifully brief. Friends, it is a little confusing when we explain. We explain very briefly, so I strongly recommend you read the chapter by yourself, so you can read slowly and understand every sentence. It's very confusing, and we always have doubts. We say we are God, and we are also living the human experience, having so many troubles, right? And we don't feel abundance, but we say abundance. We have lack and we have doubts. It's very confusing when you just think about when you read it and you sit down and you contemplate, you understand that. So, and also we have two different practices this today. One is to get the guidance on achieving this spontaneous action and also manifesting it through desires. Pick one of the activity and work on that. So you have to write down the creating formula for those two practices. You need to have the right word. Every word in that sentence has to come from higher self. That is when you add more energy to it. We can just think like I can just write any sentence, but it's not right. You need to get every single word and it should be formed in right way. So there is a deeper understanding and energy in that. So try to understand getting those sentences from the higher self. So I just want to add on that. So thank you.
Hello, good morning, Sudhakar garu.
Good morning, India.
అయితే what type of right actions we have to note down? What is it? Just one or two examples I'm unable to understand.
So anything that you want, there are so many right actions, right? For me, I want to know all-knowing intelligence. I want to experience that,
Oh,
right?
oh,
And
oh,
someone else want manifest abundance in their lives.
okay.
There's so many different ways that have, but before that, anything that you want to manifest, before that confirm, is it in my highest and wisest interest? That is very
Yes,
important.
yes.
We
I
have
understood.
hundreds of
Hmm.
desires, but what is the highest
Okay.
interest for you?
These two statements in every meditation we have to ask. One is the spontaneous right action.
Yeah,
Second one is the wisest
interest.
interest. These two we have to manifest.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I clarified, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you, Chandra.
If I can share some thoughts about abundance.
Yes, Suresh, please go ahead. That's very important. The reason why we don't feel is we have lack. Since we have the lack, we want more.
So the thing is, our true nature, the ultimate self, doesn't lack anything. In fact, it has more than what it needs, right? It is beyond the creation itself. It is exact replica of the divine self, divine creator. As as Chandras ji just said, right? There's a difference between me and Brahma, and when I am a Brahma, then I'm the one person to be blamed, right? We want to shadow that. It's every time that we negate that I'm perfect, right? We put a shadow on ourselves. That shadow is a negativity of unaccepting, not accepting ourselves as that perfect being. You are not trying to be perfect. You do not want to be perfect because you want this creation and you want to experience it. So when you are the self, when you are the Brahma, then thing is the blame, right? The blame itself is a negation or an unacceptance of imperfection, acceptance of imperfection, right? So when you are abundant, you are that perfection, and you have to accept it. You have to accept that abundance in you. Only then you can be a creator. And when you're a creator, there is no negativity of any sort. So that is the light. That is the light when you have that abundance. It's abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, abundance of perfection, abundance of knowledge and intelligence, abundance in all forms. Not just this creation, but multiple creations and universes. They are all coming from you. So it is so intense. It's like said, Koti Surya Samaprabha. Yourself has the millions of suns, the Suryas, millions of brightness of millions of Suryas. That is how huge, or this is how profound experience of self is. There is not a speck of shadow. Even Brahma is inside it. That's why you see Vishnu's Nabhi, from the novel, the Brahma comes in. You are that Vishnu. You are that consciousness of Vishnu, the creator, and the Shiva. In fact, you are the Shiva and the Vishnu and the Brahma and the whole thing that is there, right? So do not step down. The reason you are at this level because you stepped down. It is your decision. Own it. And feel that perfect 1 minute, just 1 minute in your life, 1 minute in a day, you feel that 100% divinity. Once that 100%, Koti Surya Samaprabha can ignite in you, all the darkness will shy away. In fact, they don't exist. It's your own attachment to it. You want to lower your consciousness to live in this material world. But you touch that infinity or divinity or the brightness of that Koti Surya of the self, there is no shadow of any sort. There is no doubt of any sort. You are flooded with abundance at the moment of that realization. That is you. In fact, just think about it. A very small leaf on that grass knows the infinite knowledge. It knows how to breathe, how to manifest, how to really create those chemicals in itself. That chemistry is not, it's not isolated. It's everywhere. The perfection and that divinity is everywhere, including you. And you are that. So abundance and the self-realization is synonymous. It's the same thing. You have, once you know yourself, you know that Koti Surya Samaprabha, you are the brightest thing it can be. It is like joining all the suns across the universes together. 1,000 times more powerful, million times more powerful than ourselves, than our sun. That's the brightness that we have. Brahma, how many Brahmas? They are all within you. You are that Vishnu, you are that, and yet you are in that, you are in the silence, you are rejoicing with happiness and perfection. There's no weight. The problem is we have so much things to blame that itself is a shadow of negativity. Because we think it is imperfect. We do not know that 360-degree view of actually more than 360 degrees. We are just saying that because of a language barrier that we have, and the understanding also, right? There are so many different dimensions. All the dimensions, if you see, time dimension, earth dimension, space dimension, and the four dimensions that we have, and all the six senses and all the senses that we have, if you see, the present experience is your own creation, right? That everybody has a different one. But it is our intention that we are created, whatever is manifested. So, whatever you intend, that is going to happen. Intention is the key, and awareness of that intention is also your own experience. So, yourself is the result of your intention. Your intention has to be perfect. If your intention is to realize the self for 1 minute in a day, all the negativity will shadow, it will shy away, it will go away. Those shadows will go away, the brightness will come. That brightness is the perfection of self. And in that, there's nothing hidden. In fact, the creation itself doesn't exist in that, because creation is result of the intention. So if you can just focus on that abundance of light, abundance of happiness, joy, infinite existence. Beyond space and time, you never ever stopped existing. And you will never stop existing. That a feeling of existence beyond time, if you can hold on to it, connect the super million suns, Koti Surya brightness within you, all the darkness will go away. Feel the abundance of infinite suns in you, infinite joy in you. That is what is the eagerness to connect that we all have to the root. The limitations will go away.
Great insights about abundance. Thank you, Suresh.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we always think abundance means having a lot of material wealth and properties, but you said in a different way, like abundance of light, abundance of happiness and joy, which I learned something. Thank you. And of course, great insights for everybody. Thank you all. So we'll close. We'll meet you tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Suresh. Thanks, everyone.